Welcome back for the men's lacrosse segment. I'm here with our expert, and that's Liam Byrne. We're going to start off. We had a tough week, 2 losses to Fairfield and Hartford. We're at 3-8 right now. So just tell me what went wrong in that game against Hartford.
The problem here in the game against Hartford, Chris, was the first half. It was just terrible. It wasn't that good for the Minutemen at all. They only scored 3 goals, and Hartford scored 7. So it's tough. You know, UMass was outshot, outsaved, out everything really.
Wow.
Hartford they were animals on the ground balls, like white on rice, if I could say so myself. 36 ground balls for the Hawks, and while UMass had 20 throughout the whole game. Defense was the main problem as well. As for UMass and the offense, couldn't really respond, to anything of how Hartford was playing. 3 Hartford players, Chris, had hat tricks. That's 9 goals for 3 guys, and only one player had 5 goals. Now that's just unacceptable at the college level for UMass to give up that many amount of goals from certain players. And but a positive though. I like to be positive.
We all love to be positive.
Yeah, of course. UMass did score 5 consecutive goals in the 4th, but in the words of the band, the Bare Naked Ladies, it's just too little, too late. So.
You had that story in your pocket ready to go.
I did. I did.
But we noted in the past about that third quarter that it's just been tough in the third quarter. They give up a ton of goals. The defense doesn't look right. The offense doesn't look right. The same thing happened in this game. So why don't you go through that?
Yeah. Well, the third quarter really has been bad for UMass, and they just put a big goose egg in the goals department. No goals in the third, while Hartford put up 6. And it just seems that the first half, the energy, the team goes down, and they don't want to play. But in the second half, they come out of nowhere. Coach Cannella was quoted saying in a game last week's loss that you ask your guys to have a sense of urgency for 60 minutes. I don't think we're asking too much in those situations. It's now or never. So the guys have that now attitude, and honestly, you need that attitude for the entire game, not just the 4th. So really, he's just saying that you need the energy throughout the whole entire game to win these crucial games, Chris.
Well, we've only talked about negatives so far, and I guess we're going to stay on that track.
Yeah, we are.
There's a lot
Unfortunately.
There's a lot of problems with this team, but what seems to be the real problem that you can really point out and say, that's why they're losing all these games?
Well, coming straight from the Coach Cannella, is a lack of urgency. And their bursts of energy coming in inopportune times in the game. You need the energy throughout the whole game, like I mentioned, and like Coach Cannella mentioned. And their defense, Minutemen, it's been on and off. Some good games they play well, or some games they play well, some games they play terrible. And it's sad to say because your defense wins championships. That old cliche quote for sports is you got to win championships to get defense. So.
Well, we got to be a little positive here, so I'm going to ask you one question. Despite this 3-game losing streak, real quick, who's really stepped up for UMass?
Grant Whiteway, senior Massachusetts native. He missed the 3 first games of the season, but in the past 3 games he's been on fire. He's tallied up 4 goals, 5 points, and taken 8 shots. 6 of them were on goal. And look to see him really step up in the next 2 conference games UMass has left in the season. And they play Drexel on Saturday at home, and then their final game of the season versus Delaware at home, either on McGurk or the normal lacrosse field.
Garber
Field. Yes, Garber. They've been playing at McGurk so often that you forget. So
yeah,
they finally fixed Garber
over here, man.
Yeah.
It's been the worst, but hopefully it's going to warm up. And we're looking for Nick Mariano, our boy.
Talk about him a lot.
Yeah, but we got
Whiteway.
Yep, we got Whiteway coming along too. So that'll be it for us. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching us right here on Channel 19 for this episode of UMass Sports Weekly. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We got a Periscope these days. That's our new app, so you can watch us live on that. We'll see you right here, same time and same place next week. Have a good night, UMass.